All right, let's get right into it. We're going to unpack a completely different set of rules for how reality works. It's not about trying harder or hustling more, no. According to this source material, it's all about something called frequency. It's about tapping into a power that you've maybe forgotten you even had.
Does this sound familiar? I mean, who hasn't been there? It's that feeling, that exhausting chase where your goal is like a mirage in the desert. You run faster, you push harder, but it just stays on the horizon, always just out of arm's reach. You're doing everything you're supposed to do, but it's just not clicking.
So yeah, the big question is why? Why does that happen? Well, the source material argues it has nothing to do with you being broken or not good enough. It's simply because you've been handed the wrong map, the wrong instructions for how to build your life.
And that whole mix-up, it starts with something the source calls the lie we live. So let's pull back the curtain on this one, this huge misunderstanding that pretty much all of us have been taught.
And there it is. This is the big one. The idea that you have to earn your worth through struggle. That success only counts if it comes with blood, sweat, and tears. This text basically says that's the great lie, a piece of cultural software that's been installed in all of us, and it's buried our real power deep down.
Okay, this is a huge pivot point. Think about that for a second. It's not about what you want, what you're chasing, or even the actions you're taking. It's about your identity. Who are you being in this moment? That's the real creative force.
So if reality is just shaping itself around who you are, then what does that make the world you see every day? Well, the source material says it's not some random, chaotic place. It's a mirror, which brings us right to our next section.
This comparison just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one hand, you have the old way of thinking. You're just a victim of circumstance. Life happens to you. But in this new paradigm, the world is an echo of you. It's not the cause of what's happening. It's the effect, the reflection.
And here's how it works. Everything you see out there, it's basically old news. It's a delayed printout of your past inner state, your old beliefs, your old identity. So if you keep reacting to what you see on the screen, you just end up reprinting the same reality over and over again.
So this is the choice, right here. Are you a reactor or a creator? The reactor is constantly trying to rearrange the reflection in the mirror, yelling at it, trying to fix what's out there. But the creator, they get it. They know the only real power is in changing the face, making the reflection, by shifting what's going on in here.
And you know, this leads us right into another huge myth we're all sold, the one that worships the grind, the idea of hustle culture. But the source proposes something way more powerful and honestly, a lot less exhausting. Alignment.
You know this one. We're all supposed to wear our burnout like a badge of honor, right? The more you sacrifice, the more you suffer, the more you deserve to succeed. But the source asks a really simple question. If that was actually true, wouldn't all the most exhausted people be the happiest and most successful?
Now that is a total reframe. All that friction and struggle, it's not a noble test you have to pass. It's a message. It's your internal GPS screaming that you're going the wrong way. They're trying to force something instead of aligning with it.
So what is this frequency we keep talking about? Well, think of it like this. It's the invisible signal you are broadcasting 24/7. And the universe, according to this text, doesn't really care about your to-do list or how tired you are. It's only responding to this signal, this frequency.
And hey, this isn't some vague, mystical thing. Your frequency is made of very real, tangible stuff. It's the sum total of your automatic thoughts, your deepest core beliefs, the identity you claim for yourself, and the emotions you tend to live in every day. That is the blueprint reality is building from.
Okay, this next idea is subtle, but man, it is profound. It basically flips the entire self-help industry on its head. It's about moving away from the endless chase of becoming someone better and just focusing on being.
We're all programmed to think that power comes from adding more stuff to ourselves. You know, get one more degree, take another course, get more followers, always chasing that next thing that will finally make us feel enough or powerful.
But what if that's all backwards? What if real power isn't about adding another layer, but about peeling layers away, stripping off all the conditioning, all the false beliefs, all the roles you play for other people, just to reveal the incredible power that's been underneath it all along?
And here's how you do it. First, you just start to see the programming, the beliefs you inherited. Then you start to question them. You ask, is this actually true for me? Then you consciously let go of the roles you play to keep yourself small. And what's left after all that subtraction? It's not a new you. It's the original you.
Okay, this all leads us to the final, and maybe the most important piece of this puzzle. After you've subtracted all the noise, what's left is a clean, pure, powerful signal. The source calls it certainty.
And this, right here, is why so many of our desires never materialize. Reality doesn't respond to, I hope, or maybe someday. It's just waiting. It's waiting for the clear, coherent, magnetic signal of someone who has already made up their mind. The kind of knowing that doesn't need to look for proof outside because it is the proof.
Think about it. When you're asking for something, the underlying energy is, I don't have it. It reinforces the very lack you're trying to escape.
But declaring? That's a whole different frequency. It's an internal statement of fact. It comes from the version of you who already is that person. It's a quiet, inner knowing.
And you've got to stop waiting. Waiting for evidence before you'll let yourself feel it is the trap. It keeps you broadcasting the signal of it's not here yet, which just creates more not here yet.
This is the end game, this quiet, solid, internal state of certainty. It's a frequency so clear and so powerful that it doesn't need to look for signs because it knows it's the source of the signs. And that's the signal that reality simply cannot ignore.
So we'll end with this question, because according to this material, it's the only one that really matters. It's not about what you're doing or even what you're wanting. The true power is in who you are choosing to be right now, because that choice, that is what makes your future reality absolutely inevitable.